Hi, I'm Kate Seselja, founder of the Hope Project. I've just had an incredible time chatting with my friend Miro from Boss to Boss podcast. Check it out if you want to be more connected in your world and learn how to be the boss of your life. Check out the link to my new book that helps you to find your way back to you and be intentional in your life. So enjoy the show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Boss R&R Rants and Recaps, episode 70. That's 7-0. Let's get it. Haha. Oh, we almost there. Can't wait to hit those three digits, that hundo mark for the second time. Actually, no, I didn't hit it the first time. Love the Journey, my first podcast, stopped at 94 episodes. So now with 70 here, we got 164 episodes I've recorded. Man, that's crazy to look back at it. Just how much time I've put into this show and into getting content out there and just going at it constantly, day in, day out. Well, actually, I wouldn't say day in, day out, though at the same time, I do kind of, whether I'm messaging someone or talking about someone about my podcast or what I'm doing, I do talk about it every single day if I have a chance. But I probably only have 2 or 3 days a week that I sit down for a few hours that I fully get into it, and I either record or message people, email people, video people about how to, about getting them on my show, etc. And it's pretty crazy how far things have gotten and things have come. And I guess I want to talk about. I definitely been getting a lot more reach lately. I get people messaging me all the time, asking to be on my podcast. I get people just like, "Hey, man, you have an awesome show. I'm curious. I want to pick your brain. How did you do it? I'm thinking about launching mine, so I kind of have started. I talked to a few people about doing it. I definitely support a podcast. It's such an easy way to get out there. I do a video now. I'm more comfortable. I don't mind doing a video, but a lot of people, when I started too, I wasn't so comfortable, so that's why I did a podcast. I could literally sit there with my phone and record in the dark. No one will ever know where I was. I could literally be sitting on the toilet recording. Yet here I am now on a video with this awesome cool background and this fellow over here who we're still thinking of a name for. So every guest coming up is going to be thinking of names, and we'll see. We'll have an ongoing, like a running, I guess, name for the dog. We'll see which one's going to be like most popular, second popular, third most popular, and maybe eventually one day we'll adopt him a name. That's something new that's just been brought on. Actually, if you're listening to this episode, you have not heard of that yet. So it's actually a little teaser that you are hearing here first. I just did it with a recording with Caleb Maddix, who I can't thank enough for being on my show. I can't thank every single other interviewer that's been on my show. I know y'all are gonna love that one. Super pumped. I have so many other amazing people lined up coming up. Mike Young, Lizzie Williamson. You might have heard of the 2-Minute Moves. Bradley. Some big names. I'm not sure when some of these will be released. It might be a few weeks, might be a few months. I don't want to jinx anything. Things always fall through, and I know how it is, being in this. But at the end of the day, it's about being consistent and about knowing what you want. And one of these people, for example, I don't want to jinx it. It still might fall through. It might. But Bradley, for example, I've met him. I met him last year. I want to say it was like end of February-ish. It was at 10X. I was at 10X. I had some footage. I actually went out. A few of my friends knew him that I was with, and we went out to a bar with him. He lives in Vegas, and we went to like this Russian ice box where he took shots, and he just like told us stories. And he said he'll get me on. He'll be on my show one day, and at that time I was still just starting. Still kind of starting up. Still. I recently rebranded to Boss right around that time. I think I started releasing episodes like right around that time when I met him. And And, I was like, hell yeah, I'm so pumped. I'm going to get this huge, big name right away. And here I am. It's 9, 10 months later. And, he still hasn't been on my show. And that's fine. I mean, I can't tell who to be on my show and who to not. But the thing is, I stayed consistent. I stayed persistent. I met him again at Thrive, another event, and he remembered me. We talked for a little while, and he's like, "Yeah, man, like trust me. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just super, super busy, as you can tell. When there's lines of people waiting to talk to him. So a lot of things. I got his number, and a lot of these messages get lost. Like when I met Caleb Maddix, for example, he's like, bro, I know, I just met you yesterday, but what was your name again? I want to make sure I have your number here. And he like showed me his phone, and I think he had like, I can't remember, it was like 100 or 200 text messages. I think it was like 200 texts outstanding that he just like received like recently, and he still didn't look through. So, sometimes you have to, instead of having your name keep going down, you got to keep popping up, popping up, popping up, popping up, being at the top. The more someone sees you, the more they'll be like, oh yeah, like, man, I got to get back to this guy. I got to get back to her. Clearly there's some sense of urgency here, and this person cares, or this person, wouldn't be trying so hard to reach me. And that's what I did with Bradley. For example, both Caleb and there's numerous other people, where you have to be consistent. So this could be a little lesson, if you're trying to get people, just to get someone's attention, whether you're doing it to get them, on a show, that what I'm doing over here, but in many other instances of life, whether you're just trying to, get someone to recognize you, maybe you're desperate, there's this one girl or guy that you secretly want really badly. And I mean, it comes to a point where it might be like creepy and stalkish, but business related, whether you really want to do a partnership or work with someone, get someone on your team, or just, you really want to meet that one person and you feel that you can make a difference for them, and it would be a worthwhile, fruitful relationship. What I can say, my 2 cents, and based on me getting, big quality names on here constantly, it is consistency. It is your network. It's about knowing the right people, being at the right place, and then just showing people that you care, taking your time out to send them a quick 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute video about why they should be on your show, why you should meet them, why they should devote 20 or 30 minutes or an hour of their time to you, show things like that, and then doing it over a period of time, because things aren't always going to be looked, but eventually, sooner or later, someone will get back to their stuff, whether it's them or their assistant, whoever it is, and they'll be like, oh man, like this person was committed, this person truly cares, and they definitely, want to talk to you, they definitely want to meet you. There's a lot more to it. And sooner or later, good things will happen. And it's a numbers game too. So the more people you talk to, the more people you meet, the more attempts, the more just tries. Like, honestly, I don't even put that much time into it. Same thing goes with my business. We're trying to get some of the good that we're doing around Chicagoland with Hodgepodge. We're trying to get it published. We're trying to, get it in some media sources. And sometimes, you got to start off with the small guys. I mean, those small guys mean a lot more at the end of the day, because you just never know how, cult or devout of a following they have, and then what that could turn out to one day, somebody else recognizing you and then being like, oh, hey, by the way, I work for the Chicago, if you're in Chicago, the Sun-Times, the Tribune, or like just whatever it is, a Huffington Post. And they're like, oh, yeah, like it's no big deal. And it's like, oh, really? And it's like crazy how things could turn, the tides could turn, and what could come out of it. It's almost insane. And I'm not even devoting so much time into it, because I only have so much time trying to run a full-time business here with Hodgepodge, which is growing rapidly, and then running my podcast with 2 episodes every single week, and I'm kind of working on a few side things, like a course. yes. So I mean, there's a few things, and long term I want to work on a book and whatnot. So, and all while keeping sane and having some time to myself and traveling. So if I can do all these things, Granted, there's moments when I go crazy, and I'm working on that by going more to the gym, by meditating more, and just kind of tuning out. When I go home, usually like nowadays when I get home, whether it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I usually just silence my phone, and that'll be it. Unless I see like an emergency, I'll glance, like once every hour. Unless that, I'm gonna wait till the morning, and I'm boundaries. So if I can do all that and just the regular, 16 hour, 14, the same hours that we all have, the 14 to 20 hours, depending on how much you sleep. If I can do all that, like there's no reason why you can't and why others can't. And I hate hearing excuses. Like we all have the same amount of time every single day. And if you're struggling with that, I'm not perfect at it, but I'm here and I'll talk to you about it. I will. And I guess full circle, I haven't even really cracked the surface of reaching out to people for my show or just for trying to push my business and, sell my business just in general. I'm not trying to sell it, but sell it in the term of having people, look into it and check us out and what we do. I haven't even cracked the surface of reaching out to the people that I could be reaching out to and meeting the people I could meet. And I've already had success through the network and through the people I've met and guests on my show. And that's like, I feel like I've only reached out to like 1%, like no joke, 1%. And I've already had that success. So I can't imagine if I just added a little bit more time to it and just started, reaching out to a little more people and putting myself out there just a little bit more, how much more fruitful of an impact this could be and how many more people I can meet and have an impact on myself through my story and through everything I've been through, and at the end of the day, indirectly impacting you as the listener, whoever you are. You know who you are. I know who you are, and I hope to know more of you. I hope you come out and tell me who you are, because you are the ones that keep me going. You are the ones that I do this for, and you are the ones that keep me accountable day in and day out. And that's what's most important. I put myself out there because if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And if I don't, I gave my damnedest, and I tried. I tried hard. And you keep me accountable, and I appreciate you that much more. I appreciate you that much for it. I do, at all times. That being said, we got some exciting things coming up. Exciting guests, like I mentioned, with Hodgepodge. We're actually partnering up with Toys for Tots this holiday season. So today's Wednesday, but on this Friday and coming Monday, we're partnering up with Toys for Tots in Chicagoland. We're going to be helping the Marines do all their pickups. We're going to, taking 2 days out of our work schedule, and I'm getting the crew, getting our trucks, and we're going to be doing all the pickups of the toys from the different locations and bringing them back to Toys for Tots. On Friday, be on the lookout on social media. We're going to have like a movie clip coming out, but I'm actually partaking. Me and I'm going to have a couple more of the individuals from Hodgepodge from my company partake. We're going to be doing a bike ride to raise awareness, and we're going to be biking all the toys from one location where they were all gathered to another location in the city about 13 miles away. And then Hodgepodge, we're going to have our trucks waiting there to transport the toys from the final location to the Toys for Tots headquarters, where they will eventually be dispersed to thousands and thousands of children this holiday season. As the Marines, there's only so many of them that could help out. So we're playing a big role in making sure the kids get their toys on time this holiday season, and that they get them in general. If they ran out of time, or maybe they'll get them after Christmas, and it's not going to be the same. Well, whether you celebrate Christmas or another holiday, just in general. So I think, we're definitely playing a big role here, and it's something we're doing, giving back, some stewardship, and I think it's very important. It's something that I've always been raised, and trained on, just in general, always giving back. And I like to applaud and thank my previous company, my employer that I worked for last, RSM, McGladrey. It was a CPA firm, public accounting, that I worked for. And we had a day every single year that we volunteered no matter what. And then volunteering was encouraged, and you got paid for it as well. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing these 2 volunteer days, and I'm paying all my workers. We're all going to be there. We're all going to be there as a team, as a family, and we're going to give back to the community and help, because every one of us can make a difference. Whether we're a 1-person crew or we're a 1,000-person crew, we can all make a difference. We all play our role. All right. That was an awesome rant. I love talking to you. I hope to hear some more messages, more things. If you want to join the Facebook group, hit me up, contact me. Any reviews are much appreciated. R&R, Rants and Recap 70. I hope you crush the rest. I mean, you will crush the rest of your week. What the hell am I talking about? This is awesome. We're going to keep this up. We're going to keep this energy going, and we'll be talking again soon. Peace.
That is all for this episode of Boss to Boss. Your next step is to visit bosstoboss.com, where you will find proven techniques followed by professionals to help you make that next step. Again, that is boss2boss.com. And remember, the time is now.